Welcome to Bobcat Company's Contractor Safety Information video. Bobcat Company's relationship with its contractors will be one of independent contractor status. This program is in no way intended to compromise the independent contractor relationship or the legal documents governing that relationship. However, Bobcat has the right and responsibility to minimize unsafe or hazardous situations through contractor selection, observation, and communication. Bobcat expects all Bobcat and contractor employees to immediately call attention to any unsafe acts or condition, up to and including stopping work until contractor supervision or Bobcat management is notified. It is imperative all contractors working on a Bobcat location, regardless of who the parties work for, understand that they are obligated to stop and discuss any unsafe observation with those involved immediately, and if necessary, ask your Bobcat contact for further assistance. Prior to working at any Bobcat location, you must first become a Bobcat-approved contractor. To become one, you must contact your Bobcat host prior to work. Your Bobcat host may request that you contact the ECCS, Energy Coalition for Contractor Safety, through the North Dakota Safety Council, and complete the contractor process approval before conducting any work on site. You will need to complete a contractor safety questionnaire, provide detailed insurance information, a review by our environmental safety and health organizations, and provide a master service agreement. Your Bobcat host will provide information on each of these elements. We will begin this video by describing some of the training required of all contractors doing work in the facility or on equipment at Bobcat Company. It is recommended that contractors complete the OSHA 10-hour Occupational Safety and Health Training course in General Industrial Safety and Health. You may be asked to provide the blue wallet card when working in the facility. To operate a fork truck at Bobcat requires permission from your Bobcat host. You must complete our Power Industrial Fork Truck training, which is both site and machine specific. The use of an aerial lift also requires proof of training for that specific manufactured equipment. Some lifts require the use of fall arrest. Any work above 4 feet also requires fall arrest. Only a full-body harness is acceptable. Waist belts are not acceptable for fall arrest. You must have proof of training in how to use this equipment. Work from a ladder may be exempt from this 4-foot rule. When working on step ladders, do not stand on the top 2 steps. This is a rule that will be enforced by your Bobcat host, Bobcat employees, and the Environmental Safety and Health Department. Lockout-tagout is another topic where proof of training must be provided in advance. You must follow Bobcat's rules on lockout-tagout. A copy of these rules is available from your Bobcat host. Only a licensed electrician or a qualified electronics technician may work inside electrical cabinets, change fuses, or throw a breaker. There are many confined spaces within the facility. Should your work require you to enter a confined space, proof of training will be required in advance. A confined space entry permit must be written and authorized by Bobcat. Please discuss your plans and procedures with your Bobcat host and/or the Environmental Safety and Health Department. They will advise you of specific Bobcat procedures for that entry. Our confined spaces include wastewater tanks, power press pits, and the paint oven, to name just a few. Hot work includes all welding, soldering, or brazing with an open flame, and all grinding or cutting which will produce sparks. This work may require a hot work permit depending on the nature and area of the work. Please speak to your Bobcat host or the Environmental Health and Safety Department to determine if the work you are about to do requires a hot work permit. No materials or chemicals are to be brought into the facility without prior approval from the Environmental Safety and Health Department. Visitors are not allowed to handle chemicals or hazardous materials. Only trained and authorized personnel are allowed to handle these substances. Safety data sheets, or SDS, are available upon request. You may access them through the QCI computer terminals. Your Bobcat representative will be able to help you access these terminals if you wish to read a safety data sheet. Chemical safety is an important issue at Bobcat, and all containers, including secondary containment of chemicals, must be labeled, including small quantities in bottles, which have been dispensed from larger containers. Hazardous Material Information System boards are located throughout the plant. They will help you identify the chemical, its hazardous properties, the personal protective equipment needed to work safely with it, and the emergency procedures to follow. Please remember that a safety data sheet must be provided to the Environmental Safety and Health Department, and their approval must be given prior to bringing any chemical into the building. Should you require first aid, there are first aid bags located in the supervisor's office in the business unit, or go to the health center located in the main office. All first aid injuries and treatment must be reported to a Bobcat supervisor immediately. It is important to seek proper first aid for all injuries to minimize the risk of infection and other complications. Contractors are required to report all hazards, incidents, and near misses immediately or as soon as practical if it cannot be done immediately. A Bobcat Company incident form or other approved forms by the ESH department must be filled out with your Bobcat representative and turned in to the Environmental Safety and Health Department within 24 hours. While in the manufacturing facility, all visitors and contractors are required to wear the following personal protective equipment. Approved safety glasses with side shields are required for the typical hazards found in a manufacturing facility and must be approved by Bobcat. Do not assume you can use your own. You can obtain them by the main entrance doors in either building or the mailroom in the main office. There are also many areas where welding is done, in which a bright flash of potentially harmful light is emitted. Never look directly at a weld flash. Use your hand to shield your eyes from this light. You are also required to wear hearing protection. Along with safety glasses, hearing protection is available from your Bobcat representative or by the main entrance doors in either building. You must also wear totally enclosed footwear. There can be no open-toe or open-heeled shoes or sandals. Steel-toed shoes are required in the traffic lane. Steel-toed shoes and metaguards are required in workstations unless the operator shuts the workstation down temporarily. Never enter a workstation while it is functioning or the employee is still working, unless the employee working gives the okay to advance. Metaguards are available upon request from the mailroom in the main office. Hanging or dangling jewelry is prohibited around moving machinery, rotating equipment, or automated machinery. Jewelry is hazardous due to the possibility of entanglement. The following apparel is prohibited: shorts, capri pants, dresses, and tank tops. Full-length pants without holes must be worn at all times. You must also wear shirts with at least a 1-inch sleeve, or you will be escorted back to the main lobby. If you are required to touch or move equipment, gloves are required. Hard hats are required for construction projects with overhead hazards, and the contractor shall furnish all necessary equipment to their employees. Contractors will act responsibly to protect the environment and comply with all environmental laws and regulations. Report any oil, produced water, or chemical spills to a Bobcat supervisor or your host so proper action is taken immediately. Fuels and lubricants must be properly stored in closed containers, which will comply with all technical, safety, and environment requirements. All washdown water from work or maintenance must be controlled. Please obtain a copy of the Bobcat Contractor Environmental Safety and Health Guidelines Handbook. As a contractor, you will designate a representative to discuss and coordinate safety, health, and environmental concerns. You may also be asked to attend Bobcat safety meetings, and a Bobcat operations member may attend contractor safety meetings. Please study this program, especially the contractor roles and responsibilities for employee, supervisor, safety representative, and manager. Understanding these roles is key to setting up a long and mutually beneficial relationship with Bobcat Company. Thank you. for taking the time to view this video, and we hope you have a safe and productive